Hi guys, my name is Daylin. I'm a makeup artist. I do fashion shows, events, and bridals and proms, and I decided that it would be fun to try out YouTube. I'm a fan of a lot of makeup gurus out there, and I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes. I'm very new at it, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try my best. Today we're gonna be doing a smoky eye tutorial. It's a very classic smoky eye. I'll zoom in so you can see it. It's gonna look something like that. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay black palette. It's one of their new palettes. I just got it at Sephora. A lot of their colors are on the darker side. I'm going to be using Black Dog, Barracuda, and Jet. If you don't have this palette, you don't have to use these exact colors, but you can use colors that are similar or whatever colors you want. If you don't want it as dark, then you can just customize it and make it your own. I hope you guys like it. Here we go. Okay, so I have one eye done already with the smoky eye. The first thing you're gonna need is a eye primer, and you can use any primer you want. You can even use a cream eyeshadow, that will even work. One of my favorite primers is the Eyeshadow Primer Potion by Urban Decay. It looks like this. I got this one at Sephora and it came in a pack of 4. All 4 were different. One was clear, one was gold. Yeah, these are really good. I feel like they do the job. They make your eyeshadow stay on all day. So anyways, okay, so let's get started. The first thing you do with the primer potion is you 3 dots all the way to your eyebrow, and you kind of just pat it down on your eye until you get all of your lid primed. Okay? And then after that, you use a eyeshadow that's close to your skin color. I'm using Orb from MAC. It looks like this, and it's just totally matte. You can use something with shimmer. It totally depends on what you like. I'm going to use a matte one. And just take this. I'm using a paddle brush, and I think I got this from Royal Brushes, so you can go to royalbrushes.com, and this is just a plain paddle brush. Okay, and you want to bring this eyeshadow all the way from your eyebrow bone down to your lid, just so everything that you put on top of this will be smooth, and if you have discoloration in your eye, everything will be covered, and it's kind of like creating a white palette on your eye. Okay, so once you've blended that all together, the key is to keep this lighter and this at the darker side, so your eye kind of goes up like this, or gives the illusion. So blend that all together up to the outer corner. Okay, and when you're done with that, I'm going to do a liquid liner. And the liner I'm going to use is Fluid Line by MAC, and it's called Black Track. And it's like a gel liner from MAC. Okay, and the brush that I'm going to be using is from Eco Tools, and it looks like this. And you can buy that at... Okay, so next you're going to take a purple out of the black palette. It's called Jet. And you can see that there's no purple in this. It's just for dimension, and the more colors you add, the more dimension you get. I'm using a crease brush, and it looks like this. And I got this from Target, and actually it's like $1.19. It's the best crease brush I've ever used in my life, and I have like about 7. I bought like 7. I have 1 for every client. But anyways, it's a good brush. It just proves that you don't need to spend that much for a good brush. I've used this for a really long time, and it's really good. So dip it into the purple, and it could be any purple. It doesn't have to be from this palette. Start from the outer corner and make kind of like a dome shape, and just little circles. I'm going to dip it in this Barracuda, and it's a gray color, so if you don't have this palette, you don't need to use this exact color. Just use a gray, and it could be matte or shimmery, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go over that one more time. Same thing, just little circles. And as you can see, you can kind of see the purple through that, and it adds dimension through the gray, so it's not just boring. Okay, so once you're done with that, go to the Black Dog, and again, you don't have to use this color, you can use any black. This black is really cool. It's matte with a little bit of sparkle, so it's not a shimmer color, it's pretty matte. So use this color or a different one. And this color has a lot of pigment, so be careful when you apply it, and probably with any black. So dip it in the color and kind of just shake it off a little bit. And go into the outer corner and just make a V. I'm going like this and just making a little V. And then you can make little tiny circles in the outer corner. Okay, and then tap off your brush to make sure all the product is off, and I'm just taking my finger and going like this. And once all the product is semi-off, go through the blending motion again to keep this lighter and this at the darker side, so your eye kind of goes up like this, or gives the illusion. So blend that all together up to the outer corner. Okay, and when you're done with that, I'm going to do a liquid liner. And the liner I'm going to use is Fluid Line by MAC. And it's called Black Track, and it's like a gel liner from MAC. Okay, and the brush that I'm going to be using is from Eco Tools, and it looks like this. And you can buy that at Target, I think even CVS. So get some fluid line on there, and then hold your eye taut. And how I make a straight line is you could just keep drawing lines until they all connect. And when you're going towards the inner part of your eye, use the thinnest side of the angle brush. The pointed side, I mean. Okay, and then when I go up to the outer corner, I usually make a little wing, not too dramatic, but just enough to kind of bring your eye up. Okay, and then whenever you put a gel or a liquid on your eye, you always want to set it with powder so it stays longer and it doesn't smear. So I'm going to go back with the Black Dog, and just using the same exact brush, I'm going to go and kind of set that liner that I just put on there in the same motions. And when you're doing this, it actually can make your line straighter because it kind of sets it in there. So just go over it, and how dark you want it is up to you. I usually like it pretty dark. And if you don't want it this thick, you don't have to do it this thick either. Okay, so once I have that eyeliner set, I'm going to go on to the liner. And the liner that comes with the palette is called Zero, and it's 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencils from Urban Decay. It's a pretty good liner. It's altogether waterproof. So go in with the waterline and just complete that, and go on the top too. Okay. And next is mascara, and everyone pretty much knows how to do mascara, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with mascara. So after you've done the lower lashes and the upper lashes, I'm going to take some false lashes, and this is optional. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I love lashes. I'm a big fan of lashes. And these are 101 from Ardell. And I trimmed them a little bit on the outer, because I like it short here and flared out here, but they were a little too long for my eye. And the way you can tell that is you take them from the package and hold them up to your eye, and take the very end and make it comfortable for you. Don't put it too close to the inner eye because it might make your eye water. And then just lay it down, and it already has adhesive on it, so you can just lay them down and see if they're long enough. I get really irritated if they're touching my inner corner, so I trim them up a little bit. Anyways, okay, so I have the adhesive, and I use Duo, and this is what MAC uses. It dries clear, and it's just my favorite lash glue. I've tried Makeup Forever's lash glue. I've tried Orpha's lash glue. This is just the best one that I've found. And you want to go along the lash line. And a little goes a long way. You don't want too much. Okay. And just let that get tacky a little bit, so when you put it on, you don't really have to mess with it. If you are doing a client, don't wave it like this, because the glue can get on your clothes, it can get on their clothes, and also technically it's not sanitary to blow on it. I mean, if you're doing it for yourself, it doesn't really matter, you can blow, but just a quick tip. Alright, so I think it's tacky by now, and you just want to set it on top of your lash, right where the lash meets the skin, and just kind of curl and push the lashes in how you want them. And I usually take the tip of the lashes right here and just press down. And then once you've kind of set it where you want it, kind of just see how I did that. And then you can also take the end of your angle brush, this is just a tip that I do, and you can take the tip and kind of just press just to make sure that everything is glued down pretty well. And just keep curling it in however you want to do it. So once that dries, you want to take the black dog that we've used for the liner in the shadow, and just take your angle brush and go over the lash where if there's any white or if there's any gray that showed up, and just kind of go over that. If you don't want to do that, that's an extra step. And then also take the same color, black dog or any black that you're using, and go right under the lashes like this, just on the outer corner to kind of go with the smoky eye. And you can kind of join your eyeliner line in the bottom to make that smoky look. Okay? Alright, so that's the eye. And now I'm going to go on to the eyebrow, and you can do the eyebrow however you like. I'm going to be using an angle brush. It's a little softer than the one that I used before. And I actually got this at Richard's Arts and Crafts. And it's 4350AS. I don't know if that makes any difference to you guys, but art stores really have good brushes. You wouldn't really assume that, but they do, and they're really cheap. This one was like 99 cents, and I use it every day. I'm going to use Espresso from MAC. My hair's darker, so I like using a darker powder. You kind of just go with one shade darker than your hair, or just about the same. Like if you're blonde, use a light brown. If you have black hair, you can use black. I don't usually use black because I have some brown in my hair. Alright, so pat the color with the angle brush, and I usually start on the top of my eyebrow, and just little strokes until you kind of fill in all the gaps and all the flyaways. A tip for the eyebrows is you want your eyebrow to end right where the shadow ends. So see how my shadow ends right about here? That's how your eyebrow should end. So if it doesn't end that long, just bring it out with the angle brush. Okay? And then you can go in as far as you want. I like my eyebrows pretty full. Depends what look I'm doing. But with smoky eyes, I really like the pin-up look, how it's angled up. And I like them on the darker side when I'm doing dark shadow. Alright, well that's the smoky eye. I hope you guys liked it. If you don't want to use those colors, you can use other colors if you want. Customize it, make it your own. Again, I'm new to YouTube, so thanks for bearing with me. I know there was times where you couldn't see and the lighting was off, and I'll get it down, I promise. I'll just keep working at it. But if you guys want to see any more looks, if you have any requests, if any questions, comments, whatever, just write it below and I'll be sure to read it and answer you and help you guys out as much as I can. So have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!